Well, time now for Everyday Life here on Morning at NTV. Glad to have your company this Tuesday morning. And we are talking about circumcision. We're talking about the Imbalu celebrations that take place in Imbalu. And joining me is Peter Kaba, who is an enthusiastic Mugisu. That's how he likes to describe himself.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Every Mugisu who is a real Mugisu must love Imbalu. Not like love Imbalu.
Okay.
It's what makes us men.
I really like the way you're dressed. I was wondering, this is definitely not traditional dress from Bugisu, but it looks very nice.
Yes, actually there's a little history. Came from India.
Ah.
Some prime minister chose to put on Indira Gandhi suits, and they then modernized them.
Okay.
So when I was moving around.
In India?
In India. And I found them in Nairobi, so I bought it.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Peter, we are here to talk about Imbalu, this very important ceremony from the Bamasaba.
Yes.
Tell us what Imbalu is and which people constitute the Bamasaba.
Bamasaba, we are now over 1 million people living in Uganda. We have another like 2 million living in Kenya. They are called Babuksu. And what unites us really is the mountain and the Imbalu, Mount Elgon and the Imbalu. We are so united to the extent that now the tribes in Kenya, we are borderless. When it comes to culture, they come to us, to Mbale, Mutoto, and then we also go to their side. But the headquarters for Imbalu is in Mutoto, in Mbale, near Mbale town. Okay. Yes.
But in terms of tribes, they are the Bagisu on the Uganda side, and which are the tribes?
Babukusu on the other.
On the other.
On the other side of Kenya. However, a lot of people practice Imbalu. Like the Baluya in Kenya, who are very many, I believe they are about 10 million or so. They also practice Imbalu. Sabinis, whom we know as Sebei people, the Kalenjin, practice Imbalu. So in that whole Mount Elgon area, the Imbalu thing is a common thing. Actually, the way Imbalu started in Uganda, it was such that Mugisu, the stories are that Mugisu married a Sabini woman who was Kalenjin. And when he did, the Bakos demanded that this Mugisu man must be like them. So he was circumcised. That's how Imbalu was introduced.
Okay, is Imbalu just circumcision?
No. The circumcision itself is an indication of a whole process that starts from childhood. When you're a Mugisu boy and you are born, they start initiating you. They start telling you about the thing called Imbalu and why you should be a man and why you should grow up and take care of your own family and what that whole process entails. The Bagisu know that the secret to keeping a marriage together is that you must be a happy couple in the bedroom, and therefore those things are taught to you. And by the time you get to ask for him, they are not asking you to be circumcised, you're asking to be circumcised. I remember when I was 10 years old, I actually got a razor blade and wanted to circumcise myself.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
At 10?
Yes.
Because it was something you held with so much esteem.
Yes.
You couldn't wait.
Everybody, you go to bathe, the fellow boys are checking you out, they are saying, you man.
but you said something interesting. They teach you in order to be happy in the bedroom. So what role does Imbalu play? I don't know how much you can say in keeping people happy in the bedroom.
Without running the risk of UCC closing us
yes.
down.
How much can you say?
I will find out a nice way to say it. What happens is that you are coached to be a man. What that means, they teach you how you should handle your woman. They are like what the Baganda would say, kojas, how you should handle your woman. And they focus on her being happy, if you're satisfied. You know, today's younger people, it is about them. The thing lasts maybe 5 minutes, and the guy goes to starts snoring. But the Bagisu, you must be patient and ensure that the lady is happy. The
lady is happy. I wish we had statistics to know how many Bagisu are divorced as compared to other tribes where Imbalu is not practiced. It would be good to know that.
Divorce happens in Bugisu, but not as much. Usually, actually, the women go back. When a Mugisu woman gets married to a Mugisu man first and finds a Nani Mugisu,
afterwards,
serious problems.
She goes back to the Mugisu man.
Yes, because the other guy has set the standard.
Set a standard over
Yes.
back. Well, this ceremony itself, I mean, we can see people running with sticks and
Yes.
Men smear themselves with, I don't know, you'll be telling us what powder that is.
Yes.
In this day and age, 2017, there's a picture of that there. How relevant is it for us to see, you know, old men running around naked with branches? It seems a bit archaic, you know, a bit very traditional in this modern era that we are living in.
So let me explain why to other people who are non-Bagisu it might seem, or non-Kalenjin or whatever, it might seem archaic. What happens is here they prepare you to be a man.
Yes.
And they do it the traditional way. Like other tribes who do require you to kill a lion to be a man, the Bagisu you must face the knife and you must face it without fear.
Why should that determine if you are a man or not?
Because you must, you know what is involved in being cut, circumcised.
I imagine it's painful.
Now, if I describe that to you, I don't want to scare so many Nani-Bagisus, but I can tell you this. One time I was telling a story to some guys. That whole process is to initiate you and to prove that you are now ready to become a man and have your own home. So you go through that process. And I'll explain the intricacies of what we're seeing now. The white stuff you see there is actually yeast.
Okay.
Yeast made from millet. They grow millet while it's still young. They crush it, and then they mix with sometimes cow dung, or with blood, cow blood, or goat blood, with other herbs. Then they smear. That whole process is psychological. It's to identify you. You are umusinde. And being called umusinde is a derogatory term in our culture. You are not respected. And now they are preparing you to become a man. You can see the intense look in his eyes. That boy is ready to be circumcised even now when you told him. Yeah? Maybe in 3 days' time he would have been circumcised, but at that point if you said face the knife now he would. So, but let me explain to you how it goes. So when they prepare like that, you dance around like that in public, you get gifts, go from house to house, relative to relative. People bring you money, they bring you chicken, they bring you goats, whatever it is. Sometimes they even give you a piece of land to prepare you to be a man, to have your own home. And then on the exact day they circumcise you, actually 3 days, it is very intense. They prepare you psychologically. They are telling you things. And on the day you stand there to be circumcised, you are not expected even to blink. Doing like this is a sign of cowardice. Would you mind for me to demonstrate?
Okay. If you
So you come. Yeah? You are going to be circumcised. I hope you guys, you can see me.
Yes, our cameraman will come in to get a picture of you.
So you come. And so you move.
As you're preparing for the
Imbalu thing. So you come. I don't know. Should I come here like this? So you come. You move. You and then I am not busy. So you stand. And that must go on for about 45
now,
seconds.
If you blink, what happens? Do they catch you more? Do they tell you?
No. The girls will start composing songs about you.
But they allow women there when they...
Yes, absolutely. Not where at the very spot where they are circumcising from, but thereafter, like the Bagisu from the north, they actually move, they cut the foreskin off first, then you move around with half wound, and then they apply chili. And those days when I was still young, they would even tie a rope. Yeah, and then they pull the wound. While you are pulling backwards, they're pulling forward. That's how you show that you're a man.
Wouldn't people get disease out of that?
There were special herbs they would apply to the wound.
Because I imagine they even use the same knife to cut all the people?
No,
So
no,
each
no,
person has their own knife?
In the past, they used to use one knife.
Yes.
Now, when this thing of health and AIDS came around,
Yes.
the Ministry of Health stepped in. So what they did, they taught, there is a special clan that specializes. Their code is a calling. Their job is to circumcise. Not everybody can
Circumcise.
So that clan, they are called to do that. It is passed on from one person to the next. So what the government did, they got that clan, those so-called doctors, and trained them about health. So what they do now, every boy who is going to be circumcised, they have their own knife. And that knife goes through the process of cleaning, which was there before. It's boiled in water, and after cutting, they boil it again. Yeah, and it is actually taken out of the boiling water, then they use it for cutting, then they move on to the next boy.
Okay.
With another knife, yes.
So in this day and age, for let's say Bagisu who are in Kampala and they just have had children,
Yeah.
you know, many women are opting, and I'm not talking about the Bagisu, but are opting to have their baby boys circumcised, you know, just almost after birth, you know, for various reasons.
Yes.
Is that something that is being embraced by the Bagisu, or they still treasure this ceremony that happens every so often?
But some Bagisu embrace it, but with difficulty.
Okay.
It is a good thing to be circumcised. I want to tell all Ugandans who are looking at me, and you are men, go and get circumcised. I am telling you, you are saving yourself from diseases that come with being uncircumcised.
Okay.
Yeah? And your women will appreciate you. You will be clean. So, but coming back directly to your question.
Yes. Yes, the baby boy is circumcised.
Yes,
when
they are
quite
embracing it
little.
with difficulty, especially those who have gone to school. Yeah, they have their degrees. They have boys probably who have grown up in Kampala or in US, wherever it is. They have a hard time being smeared with those things, whatever. So what they do, usually they will take them to local doctors here, like Kibuli and
Yes.
the others, Rubaga and the others for circumcision. However, in nowadays, even up to some large extent up to today, if you get circumcised in a hospital, you are not respected as a man.
You're not considered as having gone through the rite of passage.
Yes, you are not. You are actually considered a coward. And you see, when you get circumcised, you know they circumcise a very even year, and there's a reason why they do that. So all the boys who are circumcised in a particular even year, they call each other Bama Kochi. Yeah. So you and there were people who witnessed your circumcision.
Yes.
But if you are circumcised in a hospital, there were no witnesses. In fact, they laugh at you. They say bad.
Your mother may have been a
witness. So how do we know?
That's not enough.
No. People must see you. You must prove you're a man. Then you go and ask for somebody's daughter.
Now, talking about about the Bagisu, we were having a discussion earlier about men being captured, men being arrested, and Joel Senyonyi was reminding me that actually, I remember reading this. Even in Kampala, they can arrest you if you're walking on the streets and it's the Imbalu season. Someone can actually arrest you here
Yes.
to be circumcised.
Absolutely.
Now, isn't that, aren't you going against someone's rights?
No.
What if
It is
the
our
person
cultural
doesn't want
right.
to be circumcised? You force it upon them.
It is our cultural right. I'll tell you this.
Cultural right. Okay.
When a man refuses to be circumcised,
Yes.
or they dodge, the whole village will know there were no witnesses to prove that that man was circumcised. So usually, they will bribe their women. If the women are Bagisu, it is incumbent upon them to go and report this man that one still has our date.
So if a Mugisu woman is married to a Mugisu man
who is uncircumcised,
yes, she has an obligation
yes,
to report to cultural leaders.
Yes. And even her, she will not feel happy.
Are you sure?
Yes, you are umusinde. You are not a man. You cannot stand, even when somebody dies, you cannot stand and say a word. You are umusinde. Actually, you see it on the outskirts very far. You cannot be recognized.
Well, I would really love to hear from some Bagisu. Our number should be on the screen. Well, Bagisu and non-Bagisu alike. Do feel free to call, and we speak to Peter Kaba here, who is from a very proud Mugisu man, and he is letting us know more about Imbalu and the importance of Imbalu and the relevance of Imbalu in this day and age, 2017.
Yes.
So something will be happening. You said every other even year.
Yes, they do. They do circumcise. Now, what happens is, for instance, what we saw much earlier.
Yes.
I went through that very process.
When you are much younger.
Yes, for about 2 weeks. And even today, it is even much better. Our days, you'd wear some
someone is saying cow dung.
Then you'd wear what they call bitsetse. Yeah, they are like bells. You go around, ting, tong, ting, tong, tong.
But you said 2 weeks.
Yes.
At what age? If you are 30, can you take leave to come for the Imbalu ceremony?
At 30, probably you want to save yourself from embarrassment.
So you can't just travel from Kampala and go to Mbale and have it done. You have to be there for that long time.
You can, but to be a real man, you must go through that thing.
Okay.
So you move around, and then they check you out. You are asking directly if we disregard people's rights.
Yes.
If we find out that you are uncircumcised.
Yes.
We used to have a fund here in Kampala, a secret fund to which we would contribute money as Bagisu. Then we know all these guys sitting in these posh offices who are uncircumcised.
You would, how would you know? Through their wives?
Yes, and the girlfriends they have, and the reports we have from the village.
But that is only if the girlfriends are Bagisu. If the girlfriend is not a Mugisu, are you concerned?
Even when you are going to Susu, other people check. Why are you fearing to show that you are...
No, but what if the wife is not complaining and let's say the wife is not a Mugisu?
Yes.
Is it still important?
Yes, extremely important.
We have a caller on the line, I'm being told. Good morning, you're live on Morning at NTV. Please go ahead with your question or comment for Peter. Please don't try to listen to yourself because there is a time delay. Please go ahead.
Good morning, NTV.
Good morning.
How are you?
We are very well. Please go ahead.
Is this NTV?
Yes.
Yes, this is NTV. You're live. This is Everyday Life. We're talking about Imbalu.
I'm following your program. I'm very impressed.
Yes. Do you have any question or comment?
I am Weyasa.
Okay. Please go ahead.
That is a Mugisu Weyasa.
Weyasa John calling from Kampala.
Yes, John Weyasa. I'm being told you are Mugisu. Please go ahead.
Yes, I was born in Kampala by Munyankore's mother.
Okay.
But when I reached time for circumcision, I traveled back home.
For 2 weeks?
No, I went for 4 days.
Okay.
4 days.
And what was your experience like?
The only experience that the problem is that I didn't grow up in the village. So, but this thing was inside me.
Oh, the desire.
That I had to go for circumcision.
Okay.
So in fact, my mom was not happy about it.
Do you have sons by any chance?
Pardon?
Do you have sons? Please don't try to listen to yourself.
No, not yet.
Oh, you don't have sons. Okay. But is it something you do? You'd send them to Mbale for 4 days? Oh, we have lost him. Another caller. Good morning. You're live on Morning at NTV. Please go ahead with your question or comment for Peter. Good morning. We can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Please don't try to listen to yourself when you call. We will lose that caller, I believe. Mr. Director, do we have another caller on the line? Good morning. You're live on Morning at NTV. We're talking about Imbalu. Have you heard?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Please go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, my name is Michael. I want to ask that gentleman.
Yes.
Don't you think that you are against human rights? Honestly, a circumcision is to be someone is willing, not by force. One time when I came back to Uganda, you guys were chasing somebody at Uganda. It's not good at all. It could be someone is willing, not by force. For me, I'm also a Mugishu, but one day you guys do that to me, I'll take you to court because it has to be my own willing, not by force. Check that. Thank you.
What did you say your name is? What do you say your name is?
He's gone. I wanted to ask him if he was married, because if he does marry a Mugishu lady...
He has just said his name, so we know we have some guy who has some debt. We are going to look for him. And then he'll go to court and we'll take it on from there.
But for the previous caller, please don't marry a Mugishu lady, because she will report you to the likes of Peter. We have another caller.
Oh, that guy.
You're not happy now.
No, we must look for him.
Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning. Yes, please go ahead. We can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead. Hello. We can hear you.
I'm calling Maina from Bale.
Yes.
Maina, yes.
Because Maina from Bale, so but the government sort of he don't want to be talking that they can take you to court, what.
Maina from Mbale, you're not very clear. Sorry. Maina from Mbale, we can't make out what you are saying. Yeah. Can you kindly maybe say it a bit slow? Oh, your line does not seem to be clear. I think we have lost him. Time for one more caller before we hand over to Peter to really emphasize that they're not infringing on people's rights.
Yes.
Good morning. Do we have a caller on the line? Good morning. You're live on Morning at NTV. Do let us know your experience or your question or comment.
I'm calling from Jinja.
Yes, Yahaya.
I'm not hearing about that issue.
Yes.
I'm an issue from somewhere called Imbalu.
Okay.
And what I'm commenting is that I'm really happy. And what he's saying is the truth, that always, if you're a man, you want to become a man of the circumcision, you have to pass via all of those things to be a man. But if you go to the hospital right now, I cannot consider you to be a man if I had that hospital. Really, I'm happy for what he's saying, and that's the truth of the Wagisu. I'm a Bokusu, really. Thank you very much.
Okay, some people, he's happy. I don't know. Do we have time for one more caller? Okay. Yes. People's rights.
Yes. Okay.
If someone doesn't feel it, they are here in Kampala. Yes, maybe they have been brought up in Bugisu, but they don't understand it and they look at it as backwardness. Why should you still go and cut someone against their will?
Unfortunately, they were born in Bugisu.
So there's nothing you can do?
No.
No, and no one can sue you. You are saying it's in the constitution of Uganda.
We are recognized as a tribe with our culture, just as any other tribe in Uganda is recognized with their culture, and our culture is circumcision. If you are born in Bugisu, unfortunately for you, you have a date because that is our culture.
So he has a date. Would you say the same with FBM among the Sebei?
No, FBM meaning
FGM, female genital mutilation, because it is their culture.
No. Now what happened is that you see the background to female circumcision was really to control the woman's desires. And there are known medical complications as a result of that. So I would never stand here and say that is right. But being circumcised,
but even
it is in the Bible. The Americans do it every day. Muslims do it. It is a good thing. Ask any woman who has been there. It is a good thing. Oh God, I wish all men can know this. Very good.
I think you've preached the circumcision gospel enough. But for the Wagisu out there, the likes of him, and I guess he's unapologetic, they'll be coming after you during the Imbalu season. When's the next one taking place?
Next year is an even year. So we have a few months where we do that thing.
Okay. We have got to end it here. Morning at NTV will continue right after this break.